Okay. Hey there. Sorry for the interruption.
Hey,
Can you hear me now?
no
Loud and
problem.
clear? Loud and clear?
Well, cutting out a little bit, but better than before.
Awesome. Yeah, somehow, did you see any incoming attack from the Great Firewall, the Chinese?
Cutting out.
You are actually monitoring its data
Um,
traffic?
Hang on. I've actually got a problem on my end at the moment. Microwave oven.
Sorry? So it was due to the internet. So it was due to the internet connection area on the internet connection fault on your side. So the error did not occur at my side? No?
The last time it did, but now it's fine. It's fine. It's
never mind. Yeah, I was just trying to troubleshoot. Regardless, yeah, we were at the the current economic and legal system. The impact of the current economic and legal system exerts on people's faith in money, people's faith in this, people's faith in this world, people's faith in the system, and people's faith and hope, those sort of things, and people's willingness to start and grow their own businesses. That's what we managed to reach. Yeah. And
problems that we've got is, as we lose jobs, we're going to need more and more people making their own income. Booksbag, can you hear me well?
Sorry?
Give me a couple of minutes. I'm going to see if I can fix this connection on this end.
No worries.
I'll be back soon.
Yeah, sure. You can, perhaps we can... Oh, shit. Fixed? Apparently it looks smoother. Yeah.
Neighbours are using a microwave oven at the moment, so it's really playing with the signal.
No, no
I'm
worries,
getting
no
massive.
worries.
But we'll see how we go.
Yeah.
We'll see how we go. I reckon they'll stop cooking in 10 minutes, but we'll see how we go.
10 minutes.
So one of the issues with basically jobs is that they are going to decrease over time. We've got a lot more automation coming in. We've got AI coming in. For the vast majority of working class jobs, which is probably half the population, most of those will go. So anything that's repetitive will definitely go. And even in your sort of managerial class or bureaucracy class, a lot of those functions can be automated or can be scripted. Anything that's procedural really doesn't need a person there, so they're going to go too. So basically the only jobs that you've got left are creative, entrepreneurial, research,
recession, entrepreneurial recession. I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, entrepreneurial recession. Yeah.
No. This is bad. So the jobs that we're going to have are creative, entrepreneurial, research. A lot of the out there we're not going to have. So emerging technologies, there will be a lot of roles in. Even when it comes to sales roles, a lot of people are becoming more and more to sales techniques. More and more people are becoming savvy online. They really don't need to be sold to. When they want something, they go out and look for it. I do think a lot of sales positions will disappear.
So we don't actually need jobs like salesmen, salespeople, sales representatives, agents, whatever.
The vast majority of sales positions are extremely dishonest positions anyway. It's about pressuring people into things. There's no need for it. It doesn't need to exist.
But what about
when I want something, I'll go out and research what's best for me, and I'll go and buy it.
Yeah, but
the second I get a phone call from a company trying to sell me something, I look up the company. I never do business with them again, ever.
Yeah. What about marketing? A marketing specialist. Do you think it will become obsolete?
There is a need. So no. So for marketing, you need to know who's going to buy your product, and you may need to customize a product in a certain way, or you might need to price it a certain way, or you may need to make it available in a different way. So marketing is important for that. Throwing ads online, not so important. I'm biased because I haven't seen an ad for over 10 years.
10 years. So you reckon that most of those so-called marketing specialists in most domestic Aussie companies, most of them, you just think that most of them don't do a very well job trying to promote, trying to market their company's products and services respectively. And
it depends what you mean by marketing. If you mean like trying to customize something for a certain type of customer, which I think is the biggest part of marketing, that is really, really important. If you think of marketing as just putting ads on a website, which a lot of people out there do,
that would be simply a waste of time and a disgrace against the term marketing specialist. It is marketing in order to fulfill the role as a competent marketing specialist. We need to master a variety of skills and capabilities and realms of expertise, not just posting ads on websites, creating content on websites, right? There are a lot of bunches of other things we need to master and grasp.
Very, very true. One thing online marketing has become a little bit of I'm trying to think of the right term for this. It's not a very nice industry. I do think it needs to mature. Online marketing specifically, I do have a lot of issues with. These days, when you do a Google search for something, you need a piece of information about something. The vast majority of things that are going to show up are content not written by engineers, not written by people who really know their products, not written by anyone from the lab. They're written by marketers and use a whole lot of emotive words that actually don't mean anything.
Mm-hmm.
So people out there these days are creating content for content's sake. They're not creating content for entertainment or for information. It's just, hey, if we put all these words on a website, we're going to drive traffic towards it. But then you've got people who are actually trying to look for answers, clicking around, seeing all this bullshit and learning absolutely nothing. Drive me away from the products who are doing this.
So their mindsets actually, their particular mindsets like this one, it simply deters customers and potential customers away rather than actually helping the business to grow by obtaining
it will give them
customers.
It will give them some customers, but they're not a savvy customer, and most unsavvy customers are not repeat customers. Basically, I want something. I look at the information about what's right for me. I think that's really important. And if a company is not really putting the right information out there, or basically trying to... The one that I hate the most is keywords. So I'll be looking for something. I know roughly what I'm looking for, and someone's trying to hijack those keywords and drive me to their site. So they want my view, they want my clicks.
Hijack. I see.
The only thing they're accomplishing is wasting my time.
Yes.
I'm never going to buy that.
Yes.
They're wasting my time, pissing me off.
Information overload and
the internet's a beautiful thing. All the information's out there, and all they're doing is putting noise around.
Noise.
That's all they're doing. It's just noise.
Plain noise.
It really needs to go away, and any company doing this really needs to go away too.
Yeah. Noise. Yeah. Well, when you mentioned about noise, do you think I created much noise on my Gumtree listings? Have you checked them out yet?
Not really.
Not really.
See, that's classified, so that's not too bad. You're sort of limiting it to on one website, so I don't see a problem there. It's
okay.
Basically, one of the main poxes on the internet at the moment are all these blog posts which link to another one, which link to another one, which link to another one.
It never gives you the actual solution.
It's
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, it never gives you the solution directly and plainly and as simplistic as it can.
And it's because the person who's writing doesn't know what the solution is. They have absolutely no knowledge. They're just a writer.
They're just...
And not even a writer. They're a marketer. They don't even know how to write. Like, reading some of the dribble is...
Yeah, they're just talking about craps. Bullshit.
Yeah. So they're trying to win clicks, and that's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much crap. Yeah. Anyway, that really made me laugh. I don't know if my subscribers will laugh at this. Perhaps for those who didn't know about this fact, they will probably laugh. What do you think?
Sure.
Will they laugh? Right.
Maybe. It's a real contentious area, online marketing.
Yeah.
It's something I've really hated from the beginning. It's because I've been on the internet and we're really opposed to this kind of thing. It is meant to be about information exchange. I don't think there's any room on the net for this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I suppose it's time for me to bring out my big guns to you in terms of questioning for tonight's interview. Yeah. Last time when we not last time, but just several days ago, I mentioned the terminology to you, which I also don't quite understand. It's called, let's say, maximum profit threshold for entities. Yeah, I suppose I can relate these terminology, which I created myself, to enterprise mobility. Do you think that sounds kind of reasonable to you?
So there's two possible things you could be getting at here, and I'm just trying to clear up which one first.
Yeah.
So first option is about maximizing profit, having a system and changing that system to be more efficient so that you can squeeze the most amount of profit out of that system.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that you could mean by max profit is by looking at a business plan and business system and being able to try to calculate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, in fact,
theoretical ceiling for profit.
Yeah. Well, in fact, things that I am trying to ask here, the very essence, the very essence of the question, and the key to is that the key to somehow extrapolate where this business entity might end up, and how much of the room we have to maneuver and adjust in order to achieve maximum possible profit for an entity, before we actually engage in establishing the business, engaging with customers,
So you're
negotiations,
looking at
whatever.
this from like a feasibility study.
Sorry?
So you're looking at this from the angle of a feasibility study. Business plan is worth it.
Yeah, but due to the presence of too many, variables here, it is very difficult. It is technically impossible to extrapolate and anticipate everything that might happen. And I believe the lack of the lack of professional simulation in environment caused most small to medium-sized business to fail. That was what caused them to fail in the very first place.
Yes.
Don't you think? Because we don't actually have a decent and a professional simulation environment to experiment with, and then we don't have the the upper hand to make as many mistakes as we should make, and thus we only get to know the outcome once we fail. So it's, I believe that's what's making a sustainable and in the meanwhile profitable business very difficult, next to impossible, right? Especially for startups, especially startups in Australia. And first of all, I also noticed many eBay sellers, they will just though they try to remain as consistent as they can be when it comes to post listings, create more distinct listings for distinct items and products and services. Though they try to keep themselves consistent and for just for, let's say, the longest that I managed to witness was around, let's say, 2 to 3 years, and then they just can't, and they just failed to keep that up, and ultimately and eventually the business itself fails to to refresh, to evolve, and they just let it drag, and eventually it fails. you know. So is there any way to, you know, to make it automatic, auto evolving, you know, auto growing, that sort of thing, you know? Well, in essentially when we
Sorry,
try,
can you repeat that?
yeah, you know, is there any way to make a business fully automatic without too much intervention from its owners? You know, in essentially while we try to establish a business, essentially we want to escape the rat race. I'm not sure if you have heard the term rat race. Yes, rat race. This I learned this. I learned this word from the book series Rich Dad and Poor Dad. You know, it keeps saying that if you want to build a business, you know, be cautious. Don't become part of the business. You know, that sort of thing. Don't get controlled and manipulated by the business. Instead, you find people to run the business for you, and you find those appropriate and professional specialists to maintain and to run the business for you. And you don't actually have to intervene that much. That is called truly a business, a system you can depend on.
I agree and disagree. There are many different reasons that people get into business. So Robert T. Kiyosaki's view is pretty much very in line with the MBA view. Mm-hmm. And it is probably the most correct view. Mm-hmm. Thinking about money. But many people get into business for another reason. And two of the other reasons, which are becoming more prevalent now, a lot of the reasons is lifestyle. They get into business for a different lifestyle.
Yeah, lifestyle.
Are you still there?
Yes, I am still here, of course.
That might be my side.
Somehow I am not seeing you.
No problem.
Okay, I can see you now. You reappeared. You respawned. You respawn. You respawn. Not you respawn. You respawn.
Hey.
Yeah, respawn. It's here.
Okay, cool.
Spawn.
Yes.
This word, not respawn. Respawn. It means you reappeared.
Yeah.
My bad. Awesome. Yeah. Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
So there's a few reasons why people get into business. So one, which is the pure business way, is for money.
For money.
Mostly. The second. Yes, but there's a shift away from that at the moment. The second is lifestyle. Want a certain lifestyle, and that business allows them that lifestyle. The third is necessity.
Necessity.
Normally, they're forced into taking that approach because the jobs that they were traditionally working have disappeared, or.
Yeah, I suppose.
And a fourth is to make change. So there's a social issue that they think that business addresses. So we call those social enterprises.
I suppose.
Social enterprises. You've got people that are forced to jobs. They're generally sole traders. They need an income, and by creating a business, they basically bought a job. So they will work it. They've created the business to create themselves a job to do what they were going to work in anyway. So they have no reason to really find someone else or really build a system. And then you've got the people